Search and rescue teams are looking for an EgyptAir plane flight MS-04 that disappeared from radar within Egyptian airspace at about 2:30 local time. The plane left Paris on Wednesday night and was expected to land in Cairo about 3:15 a.m. Thursday morning. Records show that the plane was carrying 56 passengers and 10 crew members. According to flightradar24.com, the plane's last known position was above the Mediterranean Sea. There are unconfirmed reports that the plane could have crashed in the Mediterranean Sea.
We are in close contact with the Egyptian authorities, both civil and military. The Egyptian authorities have already sent air reconnaissance teams to the site, and France is ready to help with the search if the Egyptian authorities ask, of course. I think at this stage, no theory can be ruled out regarding the causes of the disappearance, and unfortunately, we will wait for the news. There will without a doubt be several of our compatriots on this flight.
There is a statement from the armed forces saying that there was a signal, but they are confirming that. And there have been units deployed from the Navy currently present at the search site. And there is coordination with the Greek side. They have airplanes searching the same area. We can't disregard any scenario at this stage. We must finish all our searching procedures, and the concerned organizations must be given time to research so we can figure out what happened.
Let's get more information now surrounding this developing story. Adel Mahou is live for us in Cairo. Adel, the Egyptian officials have spoken on the incident, but what is the situation now at the airport in Cairo?
Well, the airport in Cairo is receiving more of the family members of the passengers at the airport. There have been given special facilities to rest at until they have more information about what and where the next procedures are going to be. There are also preparations at the Ministry of Civil Aviation. There will be a press conference within an hour and a half, according to the Prime Minister, through which they will give the announcement on the latest findings and the latest updates that the Egyptian government have led. There are searching teams already operating on the ground, but there hasn't been any new announcement from that yet.
Well, this confusion over the last distress call, was there a distress call made from the plane at around 4 a.m. local time?
No, there was no distress call at all. What has been reported is that there was a distress signal. Or a signal in general, as the Prime Minister described it. A signal that was received by the facilities of the armed forces. They were investigating, or still are maybe, investigating what this signal was. But in overall, they have moved to the coordinates through which the plane has last been seen. It has been flying on over about 37,000 feet in the air. It disappeared in an area about 280 kilometers away from the Egyptian northern coast near Alexandria. So they went to that. They're expanding the areas of the search around that point so that they would find any signs of the wreckage or survivals, if any. Now, luckily, if there are survivors, the water temperature would allow a fit survivor to last for several hours. So maybe that will be a sign. But also experts we've spoken to, particularly pilots, they say that the impact from 30,000 feet, even if it's on water surface, is as hard as the ground. So they doubt that there will be any survivors. This area has no islands, so there isn't anywhere where if even someone have survived, there's no way, there's no land that they could reach around that area where the plane disappeared. Overall, the plane had reserve fuel that would make it fly up until 4:30 a.m. local time, which is around the alleged distress call, but after that the plane cannot keep in the air. So we're talking that the plane is definitely in the sea or on the ground. It is not in the air. It doesn't have the capacity to stay, all of that, and all indications are tending to support that it has crashed.
Okay, Adel Mahou joining us live from Cairo. Thank you. Now, it's early days yet in determining what brought down MS-804, but the tragedy will do little to revive confidence in Egyptian air travel. It's the third major incident in Egyptian airspace in little more than 6 months. Jin Keo has more.
Well, thanks, Penina. Back in March, EgyptAir was making international headlines. This time, it was a hijacking drama. A middle-aged man took control of an Airbus A320 heading from Alexandria to Cairo and had the plane fly across the Mediterranean to Cyprus. It later emerged that the man wanted to see his wife there and that his explosive belt was a fake. But far more serious was the downing of a Russian passenger jet over the Sinai last October. Now, the Airbus A321 was packed full of tourists flying home from Sharm el-Sheikh. Now, all the 224 people on board were killed. ISIL's affiliate in the troubled Sinai claimed responsibility, and it was months before the Egyptian government confirmed it was a terror attack. Now, that single incident cost the tourism industry more than $1.2 billion in lost revenue. Now, these are worrying times for airline passengers in Egypt. And with this latest tragedy, authorities are really going to struggle to convince people that it's really safe to fly in Egyptian skies. Back to you.